Ravens flock. We got a game to talk about. We play on Thursday night against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is not going to be fun. Oh boy. Let's get into it. So, yeah, the Baltimore Ravens are heading to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football in a game that is probably going to suck. Like, Thursday Night Football has been awful. I've always said it. It's one of two things that happens when it comes to Thursday Night Football. Either it's a terrible game that's just an offensive mess, and defensively they're making stops, but it's not because they're playing great defense. It's because the offense is so bad they're just missing open guys. It's either a game like that or it's a blowout. Last week it was a blowout. So one or the other. If a blowout is to occur, I hope that means the Ravens are the one that's going to blow out the Buccaneers, because I would love that. Let's head to 5-3 with a blowout. It would be great. Great way to get yourself back on track. But it's probably going to be a frustrating game. I'm ready for another week of frustration, and just hoping the Ravens can find a way to close the game, especially if they get a lead in this, which there's a great chance they do. So I hope they find a way to close this game if they're able to have a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter. Speaking of that, this season has been very weird, not only for the Ravens, but for the NFL in general, because, there's been a lot of bad offensive football from teams that you would expect to play well, like the Packers. The Packers are playing really bad offensively, and it's crazy to say that when you have Aaron Rodgers, the guy that's won back-to-back MVPs. That offense is struggling. It's weird. Chicago finally had their breakout moment against the Patriots on Monday Night Football, but prior to that, they were horrible offensively. The Broncos, we expected them to be much better offensively. They've been terrible with Russell Wilson. So it's crazy like that. That's the type of season we're dealing with. The officiating is still terrible. Nothing's going to change there. You just got to get used to it. It is what it is. Same old, same old. Refs have always been a problem for sports in general, but it is what it is. But man, for the Ravens, it has been quite the weird year. I know a lot of fans say this about their team when it comes to win-loss records. When they're like, oh man, my team should be undefeated right now. If we didn't do this, and that, we'd be undefeated. But legitimately with the Ravens, one can make the argument that they should be 7-0 right now. And it's not a joke. They're a 4-3 football team, but you can make a legitimate argument that they should at least, not even at least, they should definitely be 7-0. Why? Because in every single game they've played this season, they've been in control for most of it, and they've had a double-digit lead. In every single one of them, they've had control of the game, and were up by double digits. The reason they have 3 losses is because they choked time and time and time again. You had a 21-point lead against the Miami Dolphins at home. You choked by giving up 28 points in the fourth quarter. Insanity. You had a 17-point lead against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. You slowly choked that 17-point lead until the game was tied in the fourth quarter. We turned the ball over in the end zone. Josh Allen gets the ball back, takes his offense down the field, gets him into field goal range while killing the clock. They kick a field goal. They win the game. And then you go to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. You're up 10 points in the fourth quarter, and you find a way to blow that lead. Multiple turnovers in the fourth quarter, multiple touchdowns given up. This team has given up 9 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. 9 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. 9 touchdowns given up in 7 games. Just in the fourth quarter alone. That's wild. And that's a big part of why we're 4-3. Hell, this team almost choked on Sunday against the Browns. But thankfully they held on. Though Browns fans were definitely pissed on that false start call, where when you looked at it for the field goal, it was a 56-yard field goal. They called false start on the snapper and said he false start by picking the ball up. I don't know. You look at the replay, it doesn't really look like he moved, but hey, the officials have been on something this year, so they're not doing anything right. The officiating has been terrible. So maybe that's the right call, maybe it's not. I'm not going to argue here. That game's already passed. You can't change the outcome. But yeah, that field goal gets pushed back to 61-yard field goal, and the Ravens are able to get a block. They hold on because they were up by 10 in the fourth quarter and almost blew that game. But yeah, it's been that type of season for the Ravens. So here we are again on a short week this time, and there are some concerns. For one, Mark Andrews is dealing with an injury. He missed practice all week. Are you sure they're going to play Mark Andrews? I see some people thinking Mark Andrews is going to play. I don't know if he's going to. I don't know if he's on track for him to play or what. I don't know what the Ravens are going to do tomorrow in terms of Mark Andrews. There's a good chance he doesn't play because he's dealing with a nagging injury. I recommend don't play him. You're going to have 10 days off after this. You play this game without him, give him the 10 days off, and then when you go up against I believe it's the Saints or the Panthers are up next. When you go up against that team, you're going to be fine, and you'll have him back. So I wouldn't play him tomorrow, but it's up to the Ravens, whatever they want to do. Anyway, he has not practiced all week, so I doubt he's going to play. Rashad Bateman's also dealing with an injury. He's questionable to play in this game, but he has practiced this week, so there's a chance he plays. If he doesn't play, then you're losing both Mark Andrews and Rashad Bateman, and that's going to make that passing game look real interesting because Lamar will lose his two best weapons. Now he's going to have to sit back and rely on Duvernay and rely on Tyler Wallace and rely on DeMarcus Robinson and maybe Deshaun Jackson. Maybe this is the week he plays. I don't know. I don't know anything in terms of what the Ravens are planning to do. Does Deshaun Jackson play this week or not? I don't know. We'll have to find out tomorrow. But yeah, we're dealing with injuries, and a lot of guys are questionable. Calais Campbell's already been ruled out, so he will not play tomorrow. That definitely is a tough hit, and we'll just have to see what happens. So yeah, you're going to be playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a team that is currently 3-4. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games. They started the season 2-0 and lost 4 of the last 5. Tom Brady has not looked like himself. In fact, this is probably the worst we've seen Tom Brady play, which if you look at his stats, he has 8 touchdowns to 1 interception. Now, granted, it's through 7 games, so that's not fantastic, but it's not like he's out here turning the ball over and looking awful. It's just he's playing a lot of games where all he's doing is putting up empty calories, just a bunch of yards, no touchdowns, nothing really getting impactful here, and it really showed up against the Panthers. Now, granted, it wasn't his fault that Mike Evans couldn't catch a football because he had an easy touchdown, and if that touchdown happens, which will happen early on in the game, if that touchdown happens, it's an entirely different game. Who knows? But Brady hasn't looked great. The Bucs offense has not looked great. The Bucs defense that used to be able to stop the run is not stopping the run right now. I don't know what's going to happen in this game. Honestly, with the Bucs not being able to stop the run, there's a great chance the Ravens are just going to run it. No Mark Andrews potentially, we'll see. Maybe no Rashad Bateman, we'll see. Maybe Deshaun Jackson plays, I don't know, we'll see. But this Bucs defense isn't the Bucs defense we've seen in previous years. They're really struggling to stop the run. They haven't been great against the pass, and this is the type of game Baltimore should be able to utilize to their advantage and take this as a chance to try and jumpstart this offense. Considering the fact that Greg Roman's going nowhere, you want to jumpstart this offense. This is a great game to do that, especially with the passing game. Will it happen? I doubt it. I think it's going to be a struggle, but we'll see what happens. They have a shot. Defensively, the Bucs offense has struggled, but I'm going to be honest. It's prime time, and they're at home. There's no way in hell our Ravens defense is going to stop them or limit them to 3 points. Because they put up 3 points against the terrible Panthers. The Panthers are not a good football team. Baker's already hurt, so they got P.J. Walker out there playing quarterback, and they just traded away Christian McCaffrey. So you don't have CMC in the backfield. There's no Baker there, and somehow they beat the Buccaneers. I don't know what to make of that. So the Bucs are not playing good football right now, but I'll tell you what, their offense is not going to be limited to 3 points against our defense. Trust me, we're the worst pass defense in the league, so Brady's going to put up some yards. Hopefully this is the type of game where it's a bend but don't break, where they're making stops and forcing turnovers, even though they're giving up a lot of yards to Brady. Who the hell knows? But it's going to be an interesting game. I don't really have any keys to the game or anything. I just wanted to discuss this. If I was to put some keys to the game, run the ball effectively because they're not doing a great job stopping the run. Try to limit any big pass plays over the top to Mike Evans or Godwin or whoever the hell Brady's going to try to throw the football to, because right now things are not working out for them. So try to limit the big plays. Try to force turnovers. Make sure to protect the football. Be safe. Try to jumpstart this pass game because the pass game has been lacking the last couple weeks. So let's see if we can get that going. Let's see if Lamar can have a great night passing the ball against the Bucs. So try to jumpstart that, run the football, protect the football, and force turnovers. We do that, and we should be able to win this game. We'll go to 5-3, and we'll be at a really good place. My hope right now is that the Ravens can go into the my hopes is they can go into the bye week at 6-3. I believe originally heading into the bye week, I had us at 6-3 or 7-2. So if Baltimore can get to the bye week with a 6-3 record, we're right where I thought we'd be. We'd be 6-3 and first in the AFC North, which is exactly what I predicted for us at this point. Maybe 7-2. I don't fully remember because I have us going 12-5 on the season. So more likely it may have been 7-2 or 6 and no. We played the Bills, and then I wasn't sure about the Dolphins or the Bucs. So I think I had us at 6-3 heading into the bye week. If we can win these next 2 games, we'll be at 6-3. We'll be right where I expected us to be. Obviously, we could be better, but 6-3 would be a fantastic spot to be in heading into the bye week. Being first place in the AFC North, it will do us wonders. So if Baltimore can win this game tomorrow night, they'll be 5-3. Next week, they win that game. They're 6-3. They head into the bye week at a really great spot and looking up high, and maybe they start getting the momentum switching towards their side. The offense starts getting jump started. The defense starts playing even better. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I don't really have a record prediction or score prediction because it's Thursday Night Football, and I really don't care about Thursday Night Football. I don't. Okay, Monday Night Football, usually you get some sort of interesting game, but Thursday Night Football, I just don't care. Sunday Night Football is the best. Monday Night Football, you could get an interesting game, but, it could also be a bad game. Though, for the most part, the games are usually good. As for Thursday Night Football, it's always the same, so chances are it's like this. Anyway, that's all I gotta say, man. We'll see what happens tomorrow, Ravens flock. We will see what happens tomorrow. With that being said, I'm out of here, man. Peace.